And so having said that, I want me some glory hole.
To announce the Dallas Cowboys selection, please welcome the University of Tulsa wide receiver, Drew Pearson.
All right. How about them Cowboys? I want to thank the Eagle fans for allowing me to have a career in the NFL. Thank you. I am honored as an undrafted free agent to be selected to make the Cowboys second-round draft pick. And on behalf of the five-time world champion Dallas Cowboys, Hall of Fame owner Jerry Jones, Gene Jones and the Jones family, Coach Jason Garrett, all the Cowboy players that played before me, that played with me, and played after me. With the second pick, 60th pick in the second round, the Dallas Cowboys select defensive back from Colorado, Chidobe Awuzie.
Broadcasting live from the EBSN online studios in Columbus, Ohio. It's Silver and Blue Nation, the voice of diehard Dallas Cowboy fans. Now, here are your hosts, Big Game James and Producer G.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody?
Yes. Welcome back. Happy 4th of July week to everybody out there.
Even though it's already passed and people still popping firecrackers because they was doing it out by our crib. They was doing it by my crib yesterday. I didn't appreciate
ridiculous.
that. Yeah,
it's time
man.
to put that stuff
like,
away.
Like, come on,
before you
dog.
end up like Jason Pierre-Paul.
Did you see the picture I posted?
I think I did.
Did you see that hand mangled?
No, you know what? My internet connection was messed up. So
You
I
need
didn't
to
see
holler
it,
at that picture.
I'm going to take a look at it.
Please holler at that picture. Matter of fact, if you can find a picture, we're going to post it sometime because it was nasty. That finger is gone. The hand is charred, bone and marrow, everything. Just nasty, ugly. So I'm going to have to just give him props that he's even playing football, dog.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. This is the Silver and Blue Nation
What
live
up,
streaming
y'all?
podcast. We're on Silver and Blue Nation Facebook, EBSN Online, Law Nation, Big Game James's page, as well as Dallas Prospects. So wherever you're watching, and Phantom Sports too, make sure you jump over to the Silver and Blue Nation page to leave your comments. That's where we'll be monitoring. If you missed this last week, we had some technical difficulties, but I'm sure you've seen it throughout the week. We had some very special guests on the show.
Yes, sir.
You want to tell them a little bit about that? And we actually have that exclusive interview coming up shortly.
Yes, sir. Hey, what's up, everybody? Let me give everybody some shout-outs quick before we jump into that because a lot of people saying what's up. I got Glenn Jackson, Dr. Doomsday, Kanersa Copeland. I hope I said that right. What's up, Gil Torres, Ryan Dye, of course, Will Richards, Christopher Glover, Michael McCade, Terrence Brown, Dana Brenning, like always, Stacy Nix, KD, what's up? I will get at you, dog. Hulk Logan, you know what I'm saying? Juwan James, everybody get up in this damn house today. What's up? I'm giving them shout-outs to everybody. Get up in this damn house. We're going to talk some more good Cowboys football. I know it's boring as hell right now, but we'll figure out something. But to jump into that right quick, I won't jump off. We had the little interview. We got thanks for the Social Club, number one, and Miss Shalonda. She is awesome. Shalonda Tucker for hooking everything up. She made the deal. She made everything happen. And, we were graced to be able to, holler at Taco and Jourdan. Really humble dudes. I would give them 100%. I ain't going to lie. I was wondering, like, are their heads going to be in the cloud? Are they going to be that type of guys where they're like they can't talk to you? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I ain't on that, but I get it.
Should we get that out the way now? Because we have that interview.
You can get it out the way if people haven't seen it. If you want to check it out right quick, it's like what, 5 minutes?
Well, no one's seen it. We can just go ahead and play it for everybody. If you missed it last week, like he just said, we did have Taco Charlton and Jourdan Lewis. We had the pleasure of having them join us on the show live from Social Club in Columbus, Ohio, where they were here doing a day camp for Taco because this is where he's from. So he was giving back to the community.
Ohio.
So we'll go ahead and play that interview for you guys since we got everybody tuned in right now.
And don't leave.
And keep the comment. And they're
Keep
not
the
going to leave. They
comments.
want to see that.
Yeah, keep the comments rolling,
Keep
okay?
the comments coming
We'll
in.
still be
and
talking.
we're going to shout everybody out as well as soon as it's over. Like we said, it's
Talk
about 5
amongst
minutes.
yourselves.
So we'll be back with you in 5 minutes to
Talk amongst
to
yourselves.
talk more comments. Everybody over here in Law Nation's YouTube,
We love
appreciate
you.
you tuning
We
in.
love you, Law
Make sure you
Nation.
go subscribe to Silver and Blue Nations as well. And
Please do. We love all y'all.
I'll get you guys a shout outs and comments in as well. But first, let's
Check
go
out the
ahead and
interview.
take a look at this interview.
This is Big Game James, Producer G, Silver and Blue Nation, Cowboys Nation. I got Jourdan Lewis right here, Taco Charlton. I appreciate y'all jumping on here. I just want to ask y'all a few questions. Not going to get too deep. But first of all, I just want to ask y'all a question about, I'm going to jump on the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry. I'm going to jump on it real quick. Ohio State been beating y'all for a long time. I'm not a Ohio State fan. I'm Texas. Listen, hold up. I'm Texas fan, so I'm not going to sit there and dog y'all. What's going on over there, and when y'all going to get that victory? Jourdan Lewis first.
I'm trying to make it out of Columbus alive. So, really. That's number one. But honestly, I feel like we always had a solid defense, you know. And I think that, you know, the continuity on offense, you know, has to kind of pick up. It's where we can be a unit. And I feel like when they get that together, can't nobody stop us.
Okay. What about you, Taco?
First, I'm going to say we got cheated my last year.
Oh, yeah, JT was definitely short.
Hey, you was balling that last year.
JT was short.
JT was short, but going to the future, though, I'm excited about this year's team. They have a lot of talent. They were young last year, so after sitting behind us, the year before and then going through last year, I think they'll be ready this year to make a huge step, and hopefully this year is the year.
I like it. I like it. Now, let me ask you something. Do you think Harbaugh's the guy?
I mean, he always been the guy. Like, he needs a quarterback that can, that can take that pressure of, being taught and just go out there and flourish. I feel like once he gets that and once he gets that formula he actually wants on offense, it's going to be something, something very special in our Army.
All right. I like that. Make sure you give me real answers. Don't give me just the studio stuff.
No, I promise.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. All right. Now, y'all down here, y'all did a camp, which was really, really, really nice. You had 250 kids?
Yeah.
For
So
free. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it was a camp ran with me and Roger Lewis, who plays for the New York Giants. But we, of course, we're both from Columbus. Grew up, went to Pickerington Central High School. So we both basically came back home to run a camp for a lot of the kids around here, and had 250 kids sign up. And we had a lot of kids out there, having fun. Had different friends and people we played with. Jourdan was in town, so he came out, and we had a good time with the kids. It was a fun event. And like I said, I'm looking forward to year 2 already.
All right. So this is going to be something that's going to be an annual event that you're going to do out here in Columbus?
Yeah, it's definitely something I want to do every year, and come back and inspire the kids and show the kids that their dream is possible. And like I said, it's always fun to get there and inspire the kids.
Hey, I like that. And you had a camp yourself, Jourdan. You had a camp yourself. Tell me a little bit about your camp.
So I had more so older guys. So I had middle schoolers and high schoolers, and I had about 220 kids, and it was a DB wide receiver invite only. So we had that to make it to where his kids felt elite. They felt like they wanted to go out there and compete, and it was a pretty good vibe, man. Like I said, I told Taco, man, it's a really good thing when athletes come back, especially where they come from, and just give back, especially at free camp, and come to the city and show guys that that people care. So.
Yeah, I think that's real big because a lot of kids, when they see guys like you guys that have made it and they come back, and especially like a free camp and those type of things, I think it really just inspires kids. So I really appreciate you on that. Like I said, I'm gonna give you a couple more. Well, I'm gonna give you one more question. I ain't gonna hold you, but one. I'm going to just give a prediction, Taco. Year 2, how many sacks you think you're going to get this year? It's coming.
Everything, I don't never throw numbers out there, really to the, anywhere out in the media or like that. I'll write down the numbers and, maybe with my pass rushing coach or whatever it may be, we sit down and we discuss a number that, is the goal. But, I never throw it out there, but I know in my head what I want to get and what I can get, and now it's just a matter of going out there and making it happen. Like I said, I feel good going into year 2, so it's a matter of, like I said, the season coming here. It's coming soon.
Hey, well, number one, hey, we appreciate you giving us this time. We definitely want you to succeed. We need y'all to succeed because we need a Super Bowl. We've been waiting a long time. I've been a Cowboys fan since '72. That's when I came out the womb. So we need a championship. I'm waiting on you guys to bring it. So we appreciate you coming down here in Ohio. We appreciate everything you've done. And do you give us a prediction? How do you feel about the team this year? I know you got Chris Richard. This is my last question to you. I know you got Chris Richard came in the fold. Has he really brought a little energy to you guys? What has he really brought to the fold that you really like about him?
I mean, he's definitely an energetic guy. He goes out there and he's running around with us. So that's definitely one. And I mean, he knows exactly what he's doing. I mean, he's a student of the game and he's a great teacher. So whenever you have that, you're energetic, you're passionate, and you know your craft. I mean, the sky's the limit for the guys that you're coaching.
Hey, well, you know what? We're trying to get these, like I said, we're trying to be Super Bowl or bust. I know it's high expectations, but whenever you're playing the Dallas Cowboys, it's always going to be high expectations. So I just want to thank you on behalf of Silver and Blue Nation, everybody here. Thank you for coming on, jumping on the show with us right quick. Go back, do y'all thing, have a good time, and I will be getting I already got a Taco Charlton shirt. I will be getting a Jourdan Lewis jersey. I'm not sweating you, but I'm just saying I like y'all. Y'all some good players, and let's get this championship, and we appreciate y'all coming.
Sir.
Thank you, sir. No problem. I appreciate you.
How about them Cowboys?
We appreciate those guys. Hey, appreciate those guys. Give them a big hand clap for coming in.
There it is.
There it is.
That was huge.
It was all right. Saying now I'm playing. It was cool. They was real. Like I said, they was real cool. Young men. Their mom was really on it. Mama don't play over there. But like I said, they were very well mannered. Anybody that came talked to them, they gave them the autographs. They signed your helmet. You know what I'm saying? My baby girl got some pictures with him and stuff. So
like I said, they didn't big time us.
They was super cool. Like talk everything. There was like, I asked Jourdan some questions about this cornerback situation. I keep that on the low because I don't want to be out there, But just might be some reasons why Byron Jones. Yes, we moved him to cornerback. That was one of your top questions. Yes, we moved him cornerback, but I hear more contract situations of why he's probably starting at the cornerback position because this is that option year and they need to see what he is. So he's going to get every opportunity to start first, even though he, in my opinion, is not a better cover corner than Jourdan Lewis.
I want to thank everybody who's tuned in so far. Again, if you just joined, this is a Silver and Blue Nation live streaming podcast. We're on EBSN Online and several other Facebook platforms as well. Make sure you jump into the Silver and Blue Nation Facebook pages live stream because that's where we're looking at comments. Also over here on YouTube as well, the Silver and Blue Nation and Lawn Nation. Let me go ahead and read some of these comments off. Some people were commenting throughout that interview over here on Lawn Nation's YouTube. Italian Cowboy said, James said, keep it real to Lewis and Taco.
Got to keep it real. What's up, Italian Cowboy? That's the dog. He's the man.
Produced by Germ says, there's some beasts talking about Taco and Jourdan.
Yes.
Justin Quirrell says James does very well interviewing these players.
I appreciate you. Thank you very much, sir.
Let's see what else.
Thank you very much.
We had quite a few people tuning in and commenting on that part of it. Kevin Beck said, good job, Big Game James.
Appreciate you, Kevin.
So, yeah, I mean, Warpath put, quote, Silver and Blue Nation.
Appreciate you.
We appreciate the shout-out.
Appreciate y'all.
We got some topics to get to, and we also want to get to
appreciate
your
everybody.
Topics, as well as you guys can call in if you want. If you want to chime in and just talk some Cowboys, it's 1-866-217-1966. You can see it scrolling right there across the top of your screen. It's a free call, so don't be scared. Call right in and jump in here. We'll put your name on the screen. You can chat with us.
But you can't talk all day. I'm not being disrespectful, but when you call in, I got a certain guy calling in, Ryan Drab. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a little 5-minute thing. But when you call in, let's be in and out. You feel me? And I love all y'all, but we gotta be in and out.
Rapid fire segment coming up. We just get everybody calling in at once. Diego from Santa Fe is tuning in. Says awesome interview. Appreciate that. Stacy Broski gives us the thumbs up. Hulk Logan's in there.
My dog.
Cousin Greg's
Hulk
in there.
Logan.
Appreciate you tuning in. Jesse Gonzalez, Vondell, Wendy Salter.
He has the best name.
Our guy, West Coast, is in there. Tyson, thanks for watching. Joe Lucia. Will Richards. Everybody's tuning in. Leon Felton, I won't forget you. He says, what's up, Big Game James?
What up?
We'll jump right into some topics, and you guys can lay some topics on us as well.
Yes.
And
like always, we're doing Cowboys talk.
So we'll do topics that we have. We'll do topics you have. Whatever you guys want to talk about.
Yeah,
so
you
I
know,
think
we talk about
there's not been a lot going on. It's been kind
Slow
of
as
quiet
hell.
here lately.
Slow as hell.
One of the big stories, I guess, of the week, kind of big, was the report that DeMarcus Lawrence was seeking like a 5-year deal from the Cowboys. So he wants something long-term. Do you think the Cowboys should give him that long-term deal? I don't think so, but I want to hear what you got to say. And let us know in the comments, too, what you guys think.
Why not give him a long-term deal? I mean, I think this guy – I was suspect, and I'll be the first to tell you. I told you I liked him when he came out the draft. I really wanted him to succeed, and, I was down on him. I got high on him after he had the 8 sacks. I thought he was going to do his thing, but he did not do it. He did not do it, and I guess I was disappointed because he wasn't rising to that level that they moved up to get him for. But getting the 14.5 sacks, and I just feel like this is a different attitude about DeMarcus Lawrence. I feel like he really believes that he's one of the guys that can get out there and make plays happen. I think he solidifies that left end. And if you know, make sure we will talk about this Randy Gregory, because I just put an article out. Make sure you go read about the prodigal son. That's what I'm calling Randy Gregory, the prodigal son. Come back home, Randy Gregory. I'm calling you the prodigal son. Come back home and get your talent and reward and go back to your glorious state you should be in and pass rushing them and eating them quarterbacks. But I believe that DeMarcus Lawrence is a guy to be reckoned with. I hope I'm not wrong. I'm going to step out on a limb and believe that DeMarcus Lawrence is going to have another over 10-sack season. As long as he stays healthy and he stays injury-free, I think he will have over another 10 sacks, and I think he will prove it. I think he's motivated by that money a lot of bit, and I think he wants to prove that he's one of the guys too. So I'm not mad at if he's asking for a 5-year deal. I don't know. Let's say I think Vach Lombardi. I don't know the numbers because I didn't get to check, and I apologize, but I think if it was for 5 years, $75 million. I think that'd be around $12 million a year. That's not a bad deal at all. You're not killing your team. We're gonna have money left over. Sign that man. He's still young. If he's staying straight and he stays healthy, let's sign him. We can't just keep letting guys go. Can't hear you.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
I personally feel like he just hasn't done enough to prove it yet. So to me, in my mind right now, as it stands, he's kind of like a one-year wonder. But we're just going to have to see some more. I know he had some injury problems and stuff like that. But as it is right now, I need to wait and see what happens this year. I'm not giving him a long-term deal this offseason. I need to see him do it more than once. And he exploded a lot early on last year and then kind of simmered down at the end a little bit. He wasn't so big at the end of the season, towards the end there. But
that's hard. You got to understand these pass rushers aren't going to get like 20 sacks in a season. You're going to have that barrage.
I mean, I know that they're very valuable, so he probably is worth the money. But I'm just saying based on what he's done so far, I don't know if I'd take that chance.
It's not just pass rushing, though.
Because I'm not sure if he's going to continue to put up that type of production. That's my only.
He was good in run defense too. He played a total package game. If you look at it, he was a lot better at the run, more stout at the run, and you're playing that left side, and that's big. It's not just the pass rush and getting the sacks. You got to be able to set that edge and hold that run down, and he has actually done that as well. So I'm giving him a props. I would say maybe hold off, but if it came to that pass where just let him play on that 1-year deal, I'm cool with that. And then, but if he gets over 10 sacks, which I think he is, you definitely sign him to a 5-year deal. You definitely lock him up. You don't let him leave. And that's another young cornerstone on the defense you build from, especially if Randy Gregory comes in and actually is reinstated and does his damn thing that we're all hoping he can. Our defense is going to be super treacherous.
Right. Thanks for everybody who's watching on Facebook Live and YouTube. Give us a like and a share on Facebook if you like the video, and on YouTube, give us a big thumbs up. Appreciate all the comments coming in. I know Christopher Glover said what's up. He's tuning in. Willie Stovall's in there.
What's up, Will? I told him to get over
with us. Emil Michelle, Ryan Dye, all our regular people. Dino's in there. We're going to try to get to everybody's comment. Leon Felton says give him the contract. Hulk Logan wants Randy Gregory to come on home, which we'll talk about him in a sec. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and take a phone call. We got John on the line. What's going on, John?
How you doing, guys? Listen, I've been a Cowboys since age of 12.
What's going on?
I'm originally from New York, but I'm always a Cowboys fan.
Hey, what's up?
I'm like, I believe this guy is going to do good, but I think, my personal opinion, let him play for the first year how he really does. If he finishes off this year the way he did last year, I'd say do it 5 years. I said, do a tryout. If the guy really wants it, he'll fight for it.
That's what I'm saying. Let him do it one more year.
Cowboy. And Zach going to stay focused, more focused this year than last year. Last year, too much distractions, so much going on, so much garbage. I mean, I couldn't even throw the ball right. I mean, nobody was on the page. but that's only 1 year. You know, hey, he's young. He's going to learn. I think he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks. Going to be a lot of people talking about that guy. Because he's focused. I know him when he was a rookie. I mean, he's playing the other guys. I said, watch this guy. He's dangerous. And I watch every game. I don't miss a trick. And I'll tell you something. These guys, I'll take him this year, not definitely next year for the Super Bowl. I really believe that. In my heart, I really believe that. These guys, they're hungry. They've been hungry since Emmett and Troy and all them were together. They haven't been that hungry. This time they're hungry. They want something to show proof. Let's do a number one team.
Yeah, I hope you're right, John. We appreciate you tuning in. Is this your first time watching?
Yes, sir. Well, I'm usually watching before I'm calling.
Huh?
I usually watch you guys once in a while, but I just put some on call.
Oh, cool.
We appreciate
that. Make sure you tune in every Sunday and give us a like and follow and all that good stuff. Go subscribe to us on YouTube. We appreciate your call, John.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Take it
Hey,
easy.
Appreciate you.
All right, bye.
All right, got John calling in. But this with the DeMarcus Lawrence thing, just to kind of beat off that, I think a lot of people will want to prove it year. I think that's what he wants. I don't know if Dallas, I mean, you got Stephen Jones at the helm. I don't think he's going to sign him to a 5-year deal right now. I think he's going to make him play on that 1-year deal. That's why they signed him to that money. And then let's see that Dallas is doing the same thing. They're going to want and see what he does. He probably wants the 5-year deal, but they probably might be talking. But I don't think anything's ever going to happen with Stephen Jones doing it, because Stephen Jones is on that prove it. Stephen Jones is definitely on that prove it type stuff. So he's going to want DeMarcus Lawrence to have another big year. So he's got to prove it himself. So I think everything will work itself out. It should. Another topic real quick. I don't want to stray, G. I promise I don't. But this just been hot in the box. I just been checking out what the box has been talking about. Everybody still and people still clamoring about this Earl Thomas thing. And Brian Broaddus even said it himself.
Yeah, hang on. Can I move on to another topic, and then we'll go back to Earl Thomas in just a sec?
All right.
Because you're talking about guys that need to perform, and another guy that needs to perform who may be in a contract situation himself is Byron Jones. So while you're talking about that, we'll transition right to Earl Thomas.
Okay.
Will he be better when he's playing the cornerback position?
He's going to be better because he was a better corner than he ever was a safety. Go back to UConn and you'll see the tape that he was a better corner. But at the end of the day, I don't know if he's going to be a top-tier corner. Everybody keeps on saying that he's going to be this all-world corner this year, and he's going to be this guy that's going to just shut everybody down. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't believe that. I mean, I wrote an article even on him before last season. And I was saying that he just was never a playmaker. If you were never really a playmaker in college and you went to UConn, I don't know where you're really going to be a playmaker in the NFL. You'll be serviceable. He's good. He's got good traits, athletic, long, can stay with the receiver. But even in a little bit of mini camp, I've seen some receivers do some in cuts on him and get away from him. And I just don't know. I call Byron Jones the senator. And I just feel like if you have a guy that you want to go to war with, I would more go to war with Jourdan Lewis. And the reason why I say this is because Byron Jones just seems nice. When I went to the Atlanta Falcons games, and I'm not busting on him, it just seems like when the game was over, it's just okay. It was just they just got trounced. You know what I'm saying? I was back there behind those guys, and it was just, standing right next to him, listening to him talk, and he was just so casual about the beatdown. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's just they internalize it. It's just nothing to them. They move on. So I can't say that because I'm not there. You feel me? But at the end of the day, it just seems so casual, and he just seems like a nice guy. And I just feel like if he gets beat a few times, does he have that mentality where he's going to just come down with a lockdown dog attitude? He never had it as a safety. He was never physical as a safety. Well, we want him to be a physical tackler. So what happens if he's going against one of these top dog receivers and they're dogging him and killing him? Is he going to be that guy that's going to jump back in and get it together? You feel what I'm saying? Or is he that nice guy? He's going to be like a Jourdan Lewis who's going to take that crap personal and say, no, you're not going to do that to me, and I'm going to be in your face all freaking game. And I feel like Jourdan Lewis is getting a slight because of that contract and because of the size. And I just think Jourdan Lewis is a better cover corner. But we'll see. We'll see.
Real quick, for anybody who's just tuning in, I just want to give you guys a quick rundown of some of the stuff we're going to be talking about today, because a lot of you are asking us to talk about things that we will get to in the show. Just make sure you stay tuned in for it. We've got an update for Randy Gregory. We're going to talk a little bit about Jameis Winston's suspension to Zeke. I know maybe some people don't want to talk about that, but we can bring that up. We'll discuss the backup quarterback situation between Mike White and Cooper Rush, see what James' thoughts are on that. What can you expect from Chidobe in year 2? Zach Martin talks about Jihad Ward maybe being one of the top defensive tackles. We'll talk about that a little bit. We'll jump into Jaylon Smith, see what we're thinking about his second season as a starter. well, just being on the field, period, really. And then maybe we can get to some rapid fire. So just stay tuned. Those are some of the things that we're going to be talking about. And you brought up Earl Thomas, so we'll go ahead and transition from cornerback to safety then.
Yeah.
So are we still interested in Seattle's Earl Thomas?
I mean, Brian Broaddus is still talking about it. And, you know, Brian Broaddus is right there. You know what I'm saying? He's right there with the action. And I don't know if he ain't a guy to me that really talks about those type of things. And he ain't 100% right. He ain't 100% right. So we don't know for sure, but he's making these insinuations. I mean, things will just keep coming like this guy, you know, he's making encrypted messages on on Dallas Cowboys Instagram, pictures and posts, and then you get Clint Averill talking about, well, we all know it up in this locker room how much Earl Thomas loves the Cowboys. We all know that up in here. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, is it going to happen? In my head, hey, if it happens, great. I'm geeked. You feel me? But if it don't, I'm cool with Xavier Woods. You know what I mean? Yes, I would love to have somebody over Jeff Heath, like Earl Thomas and Xavier Woods, but are they both free safeties? Who's going to play the strong? You know what I mean? Where's the interchangeable pieces? You know what I mean? Because Xavier Woods has got to play because they're saying that this guy has stepped up. He's ready. So I don't want him to lose time because of that. So if you get rid of a Jeff Heath or somebody like that, that's cool, but you know, where are those combinations going to happen? You know what I mean? But you can't take away a Earl Thomas. You know what I mean? He's Earl Thomas. He's going to change your whole defense. But my thing is, if it happens, full go. Let's do it. But if it don't, I think we'll still be okay. I mean, we had the 8th-ranked defense last year with them guys, and they were rookies. You know what I mean? We had rookies.
It's just so intriguing because of his pedigree with the Super Bowls, the Pro Bowls, his relationship with Chris Richard. So there's a lot of intriguing stuff there about that situation. So,
I mean, it's a great intrigue. You feel me? But like I said, if it happens, that's great. You know what I mean? But if it don't, we can't, as Cowboys fans, can't feel like, oh, well, we're still going to be good because, as I said before, we had the 8th-ranked defense last year with rookies. Did you see our rookies last year? And Byron Jones was playing safety last year. Now you probably have, hopefully, Kayvon Frazier may be playing more. You know what I mean? Jeff Heath has always been a playmaker. Yes, he takes stupid angles, and yes, he does dumb things, but he does make plays too. And then I feel like Xavier Woods is going to step up. I feel like Chidobe is going to be a monster this year. He's got that swag. Anthony Brown is supposedly stepping up, which we'll see better in training camp. I know Jay Lewis is going to bring it. You got a whole host of these undrafted guys. You got Marquez White still coming back from the practice squad. You got a lot of competitiveness, and you got a great new coach that's going to come in there and try to put his little stamp on it. So I think at the end of the day, whether we have Earl Thomas or not, we're still going to be good and okay. That's where I'm feeling.
I hope you're right. You want to jump into some of them comments, give some shout-outs? Because I know people probably been
waiting. Oh, man, people going hella fire up in here.
I know we've had Tyson West Coast try to call in a couple times. We'll get back to that phone call in a few minutes. We're just trying to stay on topic on time here. So if you want to jump in there with some shout-outs, I'll get this next topic set up for us.
Yeah, and remember, 5 minutes, y'all. Don't be going ham up on the talking on the phone, man. You feel me? I mean, I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it funky. I can only keep it real. All right, so I got Will up in here, Leon, okay, James Smith, what's up, dog? Dino, of course you said Annette, my boo, she up in here. Katina's up in here, Joe, Lucia, Vondell Jackson, Rodney Rock, Steady Stewart, I love that name, Joseph Brian Heron, Raheem Scott, Terry Turner. You feel me? I just love all the names of being here. Willie, my dog, I missed you, dog. I've been waiting. Russell Harrison, what's up, big dog? What's up, Russell Harrison? And Ron Smith, as you know, always representing the Salt Lake City, Utah. Every time he comes in, I just always think of Karl Malone and John Stockton. When I think of Ron Smith, I think of them. He just steady. Remember how they were steady just 18 years? You feel me? 18 years just steady. Did that thing. That's Ron Smith. He's just steady.
Ron, make sure you're inviting all your friends this week for us, too, like you always do.
Yes,
we appreciate you for that.
And I got some friend requests from some girls from you, Ron. There better not be no fake profiles.
And real quick, if you guys missed the interview with Taco Charlton and Jourdan Lewis, you can always watch it right back when we're done here. It's right at the beginning of the show, so go back and rewatch that. If you missed anything, you can check that out. And then we'll get to some more comments and questions in a minute. But somebody did throw out there, it was Joe Lucia. He asked about the backup quarterback spot. So let's jump to that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Mike White or Cooper Rush for backup? What do you think?
I mean, I don't know. We have to see him.
You like Mike White?
I like Mike White a lot. I like Mike White a lot. when I watched him at the Senior Bowl, I've been, when the draft was coming up, I was reading up a lot on the prospects. I didn't know if we were going to take a quarterback, and I definitely didn't think we would get him. But watching him, I looked at the size, the measurables. I checked out his tape, the Western Kentucky, I believe, and he went kind of nuts over there. Big arm. When he went to that Senior Bowl, he played big and strong. I mean, he played like a starting NFL quarterback in that game. He was throwing ropes. Looked confident in that pocket, looked strong in that pocket. And I just feel like, hey, we love Cooper Rush, and Cooper Rush looked good. You feel me? But there's a reason why Cooper Rush didn't get drafted. You know what I mean?
He was pretty flawless in the preseason.
Yeah, that was last year. You can't rest on what you did last year. It's a whole new year, whole new competition now. Now you got some fire behind you, so you got to play like you played last year or better, or spots might be taken. You feel me? I don't know if they're going to keep 3 quarterbacks, but if Mike White gets in there and balls out in that preseason, that's going to change a lot of things. That's a guarantee.
Jawan James in our Facebook Live says he wants us to carry 3 quarterbacks this upcoming season. Is there a possibility of that?
They might do it, but, I mean, that's really tough because, like I said, that's a 46 game day roster. You can't have a guy that's sitting if you're taking a spot, and that could be a precious spot of an offensive lineman. That could be a linebacker that you're taking. I mean, that could be a position that's of need, and you can't just have a guy that's you're riding on 3 quarterbacks and nobody's playing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that has to get one person injured, another person come in. Like, that's kind of not really happening a lot. So you are taking up a roster spot and he's not playing. That's what you have to look at in those 46 game day rosters, man.
Let me jump over here in our YouTube, Law Nation's YouTube channel. Anybody who's watching over here, let me give some shout-outs. And if you're watching on Silver and Blue Nation YouTube, you can stay there or jump over on Law Nation's. Right now I'm monitoring the Law Nation YouTube comments, so keep those coming in. Harold Cowboy Mart's in there. He's been following us for a long time. Appreciate you, Harold, every week. Donna Blanton. We already talked about produced by German there. Jeremy X, D. Will, Mitchell Lewis, WV Country Boy, Lamont Tinley. Everybody who's commenting over there, we appreciate you. J Farm D every week watching with us. Thanks to everybody. Terry Turner wants to know real quick.
6 to 7.
Over under 7 sacks for
7
for Taco. We talked about that last week.
Dino
said 6.
I'm gonna say that's 6-7. I can't go 7. I think 6-7.
Well, since we're on that topic then of defense and defensive ends and things of that nature, let's go ahead and get an update. You got the latest on Randy Gregory?
Well, I mean, if there's going to be a ruling, it should be happening right before training camp. Training camp, I believe, is like the 24th of July. So we should be hearing something very soon, like within the next few weeks. Like I said, the guy hasn't had a failed suspension since 2016. He had a boatload of people behind him. And if you're really trying to be proactive, and I know everybody says Goodell sticks us, and that's true. We all know because we're going to talk a little bit about the Jameis Winston thing. We know it's a little iffy, gooey situation with the Cowboys. We know that. But I think maybe in this situation it might favor us because this is a guy that's trying to get his life right. And if he's done everything right possible, and I follow him on Twitter, I see a lot of positive things coming out of his mouth when I hear him, how he's so much better in a better place, how he's doing so much better than he's ever did in his life. First of all, that should be a great thing for all of us to hear. You get what I'm saying? Because more than we want him playing football, we want his life to be together more than anything else. He got a new kid, I believe, new baby. It looks like he's settling down, so we want to see that. I wrote an article. Make sure you check out the article. I just thank you for Dallas Prospects, DDP, for the shout-outs for the article, what he does for me. But make sure you check it out. I call Randy Gregory the prodigal son. If you ever watched anything, you can't watch the Bible, but if you read anything in the Bible, the prodigal son was the kid that lost his way out all the time and lost his way, you know what I mean, and lost everything. Came back to his father, didn't think his father would take him. His father took him back in. His brother didn't like it because he was like, how you going to bring him back? You know what I mean? After he wasted everything. But you know what? He's like, hey, he's your brother. You should be happy he's coming back. We should be celebrating this. You already have everything you want. You know what I mean? And now we're hoping that he lost his way. He's coming back home. And if he gets reinstated, this guy could be that guy that lost everything and could come back with everything back. And that's what you want to have. And make sure you check out that article. It's a good article.
A lot of people are asking about wide receivers or chatting about wide receivers in the comment section. We'll get to that in just a minute. Back to a comment, Stacy Nix said Taco 5 sacks when we were talking about that. Roosevelt Guy tunes in. What's up, fellas? How you doing, Roosevelt? Thanks for watching. Make sure you give us a like and share on Facebook. Give us a thumbs up on
Please
YouTube.
Do.
You can call in if you want, chime in with us. We did miss a couple calls, so if you tried and we missed it, sorry about that. But the number is 1-866-217-1966. And let's get into another. Did you have anything else to say on that?
Oh, no, I'm good to go, big
All right,
dog.
so we're going to jump into another hot topic this week. And I want to ask everybody in the comments as well as you, is it unfair that Jameis Winston, basically same crime, suspended only 3 games, which would be half of what Zeke got? Is that unfair, or is that, like you was just talking about the league maybe singling out the Cowboys, does that have something to do with that?
This is a touchy subject, you know what I mean? I think it's unfair the reason why I think it's unfair is because they tried to play Zeke and give him 6 off the muscle, right? And nothing happened. You know what I mean? We were here in Columbus. There was no trial. You didn't go to court. You didn't get charged. Nothing happened. It was an accusation that was gone. The league continued to want to pursue it. There was nothing in the courts to say anything. With Jameis Winston's case, this is out there. This happened. This is something that you did for fact. This was hearsay with our case with Zeke and her because it was his word against her word. We still don't know, do we? You know what I'm saying? But we know he did this. And not just that, when they tried to play Zeke, he pulled the girl's shirt down with the bra. Well, what was Jameis Winston doing in his past? This has been something that he's been messing around with females. You know what I mean? We already know about the crab legs. So it's not like this is not an isolated incident with him. And this is something that he actually did. And for him to say, well, you just basically say, I'm going to go ahead and say I did this, and we'll just leave it alone because we don't want all that extra drama. So why all the extra drama with Zeke? You know what I mean? Oh, now you don't want to do it now. Now you don't want to go through a season of like that again. Well, the NFL created that. We didn't create, the Dallas Cowboys didn't create that. The NFL, Roger Goodell, created that madness. They created the circus. They created all this extra drama, making everything. He gets everybody. How many appeals courts said okay he can play? No, we're going right back to court and say he can't. Just to prove a point.
Right.
It's stupid. And now you look dumb once again because now you look like so inconsistent on everything you do. Reuben Foster got 2 games. For what his little incident, it's inconsistent. I don't know what y'all thinking, and it's bad. It looks bad to me on the league because you're not consistent. And do y'all really care about the women? Because it don't sound like it.
Dino Cogswell says it's a double standard. Dave DeLeon says Roger don't like our boys. Let's see. No one else really made any comment. Well, Hulk Logan says, how can we get Roger Goodell out of here?
I mean, it ain't happening.
It's not going to happen because the owners love him.
They love him, and he's getting paid. So we should just let that go. And it's nothing you can do. It's kind of like the law. It's kind of like the law in the system, the law system. You feel me? And if you don't got a good lawyer, you're going to jail.
Yep.
You feel me?
Yep. Vondell says, okay, people talking about Michael Gallup. So we'll get to some other of those topics here in a minute.
They like them receivers, boy.
Let's go ahead and move on. Then we're going to take a phone call in a sec. But first, let me ask you something about Chidobe Awuzie. We're just going to transition straight to defense. Mm-hmm. What are your expectations for Chidobe in year 2?
Oh, man, I think everybody's saying Pro
Bowler.
I think he could be a Pro Bowler. I'm still going to tell you, I don't think he's going to be a high interception guy his whole career at Dallas. I don't think he's that guy that's going to be picking off passes. I think he's a guy that's going to get more pass breakups, great tackler in the open field, a guy that's going to have an attitude. You see that number 24, right? You remember Sean Springs?
Yep.
He was 24, wasn't he?
For Seattle, yep.
He reminds me of him. He reminds me of Sean Springs.
That reminds me of what you said a little bit ago about how guys don't really – if you didn't get a bunch of picks in college, you probably ain't going to do it in the pros.
No, you're not.
What do you have, maybe 2 career interceptions?
Yeah, he wasn't a high interception guy the whole time at Colorado, but he was a guy that was always there breaking up the plays, breaking up passes, and he was always sticky in coverage, and he was physical. So that's what you're going to continue to see in the NFL. I don't think he's going to be a guy that's going to get 6 or 7 interceptions in the season. I just don't think that if he does, then I'll shut the hell up, but I don't believe it because I never seen it in college. You don't just don't do it in college and all of a sudden do it in the pros. It don't happen. But he has those other traits that you love. And like I said, he reminds me of Sean Springs. He reminds me of Sean Springs. That's the first guy kind of popped in my head when I think of him.
I like what I saw from him last year. Like, he was jumping a lot of routes. Like you said, he would jump the plays. But he was just dropping balls. But I feel like he has potential to get, like, pick sixes in this league, like, often. Because he jumps him. He's aggressive. So if a quarterback makes a mistake and he jumps at it, that's to the house.
We'll see.
So that's what I'm hoping to see from him.
I hope.
Let's jump to the phone line before we get into more comments.
I think Ryan's calling in.
Yes, we have our guy right now, Ryan Drab, on the phone. Here you go. What's going on, Ryan?
What's going on, man?
What's going on? How you doing, Ryan?
All right. What's up?
Hey, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna give the quick lowdown, and I'm gonna give you your little floor right quick. But this is Ryan. Is it Drab?
Yeah, Drab.
Okay,
yeah.
I just want to make
That's right.
sure. So we've been hollering back and forth. You know, he was a deep Cowboys fan, and I always like guys that really know Cowboy stuff. He really go hard with in depth things about the Cowboys, the pro football focus, the intricacies, the numbers, the metrics, those type of things. Those are the type of things I like. So we always be chopping up back and forth. So I just wanted them to come on. We're going to start probably doing this once a week. We just bring somebody on and just tell a little bit about their Cowboy life, what made them like the Cowboys, how long they've been a fan, what are they kind of doing, and I'll ask a few questions, and that'll be that. So without further ado, go ahead, Ryan. Tell me a little about yourself.
Yeah, I've been following the Cowboys since the 90s. That's when I started following football from the Houston area, but always a Cowboys fan. And just stuck with them ever since then, through thick and thin.
All right, and you said you were doing you had your own little Cowboys group that you were doing as well?
I was. I got into, it was Dallas Cowboys America's team.
Mm-hmm.
Someone let me in, one of the admins, and then shortly after that, they kicked him off, and then a little bit after that, I was out. But now I'm doing my thing with Dallas Cowboys Scouting.
That's what's up.
As their lead writer right now.
That's what's up, and we definitely appreciate that. And you actually told me about that, so that's good. I read a couple of your articles and your writings, and they're very good writings, by the way. And like I said, we talk Cowboys back and forth all day. So I'm going to give you a quick questions of what you think of kind of what the season's going to go. We talk back and forth. Offensively, who do you think is the most valuable player that we cannot lose on the offensive side of the ball?
On the offensive side of the ball?
Yep.
So
one person.
If
why?
I didn't think we made the improvements, I would say Tyron Smith. But I think with the signing of Cam Fleming, drafting Connor Williams, I think, granted now, like if they lost Tyron for like the whole season, then that'd be another deal.
Mm-hmm.
But for a couple games, I think they'd be all right. And I don't think we would see the same thing that happened like last year. So I think. So
is it Tyron Smith or is
the
it
biggest one?
Zeke be the guy that if we lost him, it'd be treacherous for the whole year. Yeah, he laughing.
I think so.
Yeah, he laughing. All right, so I'm gonna give you another question. This is probably my last one because I got some few people calling in, but I do appreciate you, Ryan. Like I said, make sure you check out Ryan Drab. He is writing for the Dallas Cowboys Scouting now, putting out good articles out there, real in depth. Make sure you check out those articles; they are good. Now I'm gonna ask you on the defensive side of the ball. What do you think about the cornerback situation? Do you think they should go out and get Earl Thomas, not the cornerback, the secondary as a whole? Do you think they should go out and get Earl Thomas, or they should just leave it alone?
Oh, man. So this is where we came into how you were talking about with D-Law earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's the big thing because Earl Thomas has been saying now whether this is if he wants to get out of Seattle or not, he wants to get paid the big contract. He wants to get the Eric Berry money, that $13 million a year. So if they're going to try to trade for him, first they got to trade for him and then maybe possibly pay him. And then are you going to pay him and DeMarcus? And then how's that going to affect the future down the line with Dak and Zeke and everybody else?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of intricacies that would have to go with that. I think if they could talk to him and they can get a good enough trade with Seattle, maybe next year's 3 or something, and he may come down on the money, then sure, I'm all for it. But I'm also really, really high on Xavier Woods and Kayvon Frazier, so I would like to see what those guys could do too.
All right, man. Well, you kind of sound like me. If we get them, cool. If we don't, we don't. You feel me? So, hey, man, I definitely do appreciate we got a few people calling back in. But once again, I do thank you for calling in, telling me a little about yourself. And go check out, like I said, Ryan Drab. He is the lead writer on Dallas Cowboys Scouting. Tyson, the West Coast Cowboy, has good writings. Make sure you check him out. We appreciate you calling in, sir.
All right, thanks, man.
All right,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Take it easy.
And so, having said that, I want me some glory hole.
That's right.
Yeah, glory hole. All day.
So now let's move on to another topic real quick.
All
We
right.
appreciate that phone call.
Yes,
And
sir.
If anyone tried to call and you didn't get through, we apologize. We're starting to run a little short on time, but we're here every single Sunday, so make sure you tune in next week as well. Zach Martin says Jihad Ward will be a top defensive tackle.
Yeah, that's what he said. I mean, that's pretty strong words. Now, one thing when he said it, I'm thinking, is he saying it just for sensationalism? Say the word for me. Sensationalism.
I don't know what you're saying.
Sensationalism. Yeah, there it is. Sensationalism. I'm thinking, was he saying it for that? But as I said, Ron Marinelli loved this dude. He wanted this dude, and he wanted to play in like he was a second-round draft pick. And these guys have been seeing him in practice. And who's the guy that everybody, Brian Broaddus, all these guys that said, who's one of the main guys that's standing out in this, these camps? Ward. So I can't wait to see that battle with him and Zach Martin. And like I said, there's something about when a kid wants to play for the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? There's something about when a guy wants to prove himself. You don't think he don't got a chip on his shoulder with David Irvin? Everybody talking about David Irvin this, David Irvin that. You don't think he want to come in there and prove what he wants to do? You seen that video I posted where he going nuts with them handwork. You know what I mean? He's out there trying to prove and make it work. So I'm not going to doubt Zach Martin. How do we know if he's not going to be? He sees him, we don't. So it's funny if a fan says, oh, man, whatever, he ain't going to do that. When this dude is an NFL pro player and he sees him every day and we don't. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to go by what Zach Martin says than anybody else and then let him kind of dispel and prove it wrong.
Staying on the defensive side, will 2018 be a breakout season for Jaylon Smith?
Yes.
In what way?
Tackles. I mean, he had, 60-something tackles as a first-year player and played all 16 games. That he's not playing with the brace. Even if he does play with the brace, I don't give a hell. That's another year with Sean Lee. Just the clear eye view. I just feel like he's super confident now. I feel like he's coming back to. There's a reason why he could. Man, I think people really forget about Jaylon Smith. He was a top 5 player, probably top 2 player was going to be drafted. He was a dog, an animal. You know what I'm saying? So why would we think he's not going to break out? Another year under his belt, another year where he's stronger with that foot. He's trimmed down. He's stronger. He's faster. Why wouldn't he come out? I think he's going to come out and be treacherous. And another year with Lee, and I'm just praying LVE comes in there and really grasps that defense quickly and can become a factor. Because if we can get those 3 guys on the field quickly, I think our defense is just going to be something special and monstrous. We're going to be so excited. Woo! I get the Ric Flair woo, even though he likes the Falcons. Woo! Over here, because if we get them guys banging on that defense, man, I'm telling you, this defense is going to be treacherous, dog. Like, this defense is going to be treacherous.
I hope you're right, man.
It's going. I'm telling you, G. If you ain't getting excited about this defense, something the hell wrong with you, dog. Because this defense gonna be treacherous. I'm telling you, Chris Richard. I'm telling you, Marinelli. All them guys gonna have to do with this attitude. And when we need them big plays that we craved for so long, we craved from. How long we craved for them, G? How long we craved for them 3 and outs? How long we craved for them big sack fumbles? How long we craved for them interceptions in the big third downs? You know what I'm saying? The fourth quarters.
Turnovers.
You know, we just been craving it. And I feel like now we're finally getting the defense that we finally wanted. We're getting the players we finally wanted. And that's why I say if DeMarcus Lawrence balls out or does anything after that, keep him, because we need to keep this core as quick as long as we can to make this championship run.
Yep. I mean, it's exciting. All the players are young. I hope you're right for sure. If we miss anybody's comments this week or you missed your phone calls, make sure you tune back in next week. We'll be going a little bit longer next week. Today, I mean, we still going about an hour or so, but we'll maybe go a little bit longer next week. We're getting ready to cut it short here today pretty soon, but stick around because we got a few more topics. If you're on Law Nation's YouTube, make sure you subscribe to Silver and Blue Nation.
Please.
Appreciate everybody tuning in.
Please.
And then on Facebook Live as well. If you're on Phantom Sports, EBSN Online,
Please.
Dallas Prospect, Law
Please.
Nation, Big Game James, make sure you come to the Silver and Blue Nation page, and that's where you leave the comments because that's where we're going to see them.
And don't be forgetting to jump on SoundCloud, iTunes,
That's right.
and Google Play.
If you want to hear it.
If you want to hear it, if you
just
didn't
listen.
see us, and for real, listen, folks. We're just trying to tell the real, and, you know, you got some news coming up, you know what I mean? We're trying to get that closer to the action. You going down the, should I say now? I'm going to wait.
We'll wait.
Okay.
But Yeah, so like he said, all those platforms, if you want to listen to it, you can. We have it posted within 10 minutes after the show, so you can just jump right on your phone.
Support us,
Google
man.
Play, Apple
Support
Store.
us. We love y'all.
Yeah, we'll have a Patreon account, some GoFundMe, something like that coming
Shirts
soon.
is coming. Hey, we got a
lot of stuff.
Wow, man. I got these hot designs for these shirts. Wait till y'all gonna love this, man. Y'all are gonna love this. This support, keep on with the support. And we ain't trying to come begging, but we just want to make this great for y'all. We love everybody in here when we having these great talks. I love listening to all these comments. Even when me and G is talking, I'll be listening to these comments, and y'all know hella knowledge in there. It's just a beautiful thing. We're gonna get down to these games, man. It's just gonna be fire with the Silver and Blue Nation, DDP, Law Nation. Oh, we're just gonna have a great collab. It's just gonna be a really fun season, y'all. So make sure y'all get y'all friends out there. Like the page, share the page, because we out here kicking it. Why wouldn't you love this? Why we out here just kicking it, talking Cowboys football? We're going to be getting closer to the mother-sucking action to get y'all the best stuff. So why wouldn't you be in here kicking it with us, man? We fun, dog. We fun. And I got jokes, like, for real. I'm funny on the low. I'm not going to show you all the time, but I am funny on the low. And G funny, too, sometimes.
That was funny. Invite your friends. To join us, and even the haters, invite them too. We got one in here right now. Actually,
I'm cool with the haters. We love the haters.
So since we got an Eagles fan in here, we're gonna get one of these, and then after that, when we finish the show, we're gonna give the Drew Pearson draft.
I mean,
where he shut him down in Philly, so we'll play that as well. And also, if you missed that interview with Jourdan Lewis and Taco Charlton,
check it out.
I'm gonna give that to you again right at the end of the show as well.
And like I said, and when the Eagles came in our house and they try to copy, see, you can never copy an original. You feel me? You can't do it. So Drew Pearson is going down in history, Eagles. So we just pooped on your spot. So it don't matter if y'all won the Super Bowl. It's cool. Y'all won the Super Bowl. I give y'all that. We can't take that away from y'all. Y'all still got 4 more to catch up. I don't care if it takes y'all. I don't care if we got them Super Bowls in 1922. They there. And until you catch up, you got to shut the hell up. You like that rhyme? Until you catch up, you need to shut the hell up. So that's good, but you can't duplicate what Drew Pearson did. A kicker, really.
Mother Teresa's in here with us.
Mama
T,
every
week.
What up, Mama T?
She's been busy cooking meatloaf down there in Carolinas.
She better be cooking it up when we be down on Panthers. Panthers.
Yes, we'll be down there. Don't miss that.
Them Panthers.
For week 1, September.
Yeah.
Against them Panthers. In Charlotte. Let's get to a couple more questions because I saw a couple people posting about these topics.
Yeah.
Before we wrap it up.
Somebody
was talking about Dak Prescott. They want to know about, is there a chance any one of these guys behind him could take his job, or how hot is his seat coming into this season?
There's always a chance. Let's keep it real. There's always a chance. Dak Prescott, we know that Dak has to show and prove this year. I believe in Dak. I love Dak, and I'm going to support Dak until Dak just falls off. You know what I mean? But if he does fall off, I'm not going to be that guy that's like, no, Dak's good. If he's sucking and I feel like he's not the guy anymore, I'm going to move on too. So I'm not that guy that's going to do that. But I believe in him. I think we should believe in him. He hasn't done anything to the contrary in his first 2 years. He hasn't done anything crazy regressed a little bit. You should expect that. People should have expected that to happen. But, yes, it can happen. I feel like that's the reason why they drafted Mike White. I don't give a hell what anybody says. Mike White is a key. If Mike White comes in there and balls out, if Dak Prescott does not do his damn thing this year and Mike White is playing good, guess who's going to be that quarterback?
You think Mike White?
I'm telling you. They didn't draft him in that 5th round for him to just be sitting and chilling. They have visions with Mike White, and if Dak and as I said before, it's about competition. You can't run away from competition, G, right? You should want that. You don't want to feel comfortable. So I like that they're getting players to make you uncomfortable, make you not feel like you're the man. Because when you're not feeling like that, you're always going to be playing the best because you ain't letting that dude get your job. He's not taking my job. You get what I'm saying? So that's the competition brings the best out of you. But I'm telling you, they got Mike White there for a reason, buddy. They did that for a reason.
All right, staying on the offensive side, I saw this in the comments too. And if you commented this, and I can't remember who you were that made the comment, you can comment again so I can give you your shout-out and your credit for putting this idea to us so we could get it up here to be talked about today. Do the Cowboys need to have a number 1 wide receiver?
No. I mean, yeah, you probably want a guy that you can kind of count on, but he doesn't have to be a number one, that guy that you have to force the ball to every time because he's the number one receiver. He's getting paid $22 million a year. We have to throw to him every play. No, that's how you get the diva attitude. No, we don't need that. We have a guy that – it'd be cool if Gallup stepped up and was a guy that you could count on third down, but he doesn't have to be the guy. You feel me? You can have a lot of good serviceable receivers and make plays. And you've seen it through the league. All across the league, even in the Super Bowl. Okay, Alshon Jeffrey, yeah, he could be a number one, but you ain't really considering him like a dominant number one. You know what I mean? And they didn't have him. Yeah, Pittsburgh got Antonio Brown, but when's the last time they been to a Super Bowl with him? Julio Jones, he a dog, but when's the last time he been to a Super Bowl and won? You know what I mean? So I don't feel like that's the end of all. The one thing you better have, I feel like you do still have to have a run game. No matter what, you still got to have a guy that can run the ball because eventually they're going to shut down that passing game. Eventually they're going to get up on that and they're going to stop that. So you got to be able to run the ball. So in my eyes, you got to have that good running game more than a number one receiver that's going to make that kind of offensive flow because you never know what's going to happen with that run game because as long as you got that run game, it keeps everything off balance. You can do so many other things in your passing game when you can run the ball.
Joseph Clemens says sign Terrell Owens, but this is the Eagle hater or the Eagle fan, so
yeah,
you can get out of here.
Okay.
I don't want, but yeah, I'm with you. We don't need a number one wide receiver. I mean, it's not gonna. The history just shows it. Number one wide receivers don't really win Super Bowls. That's the bottom line. That's all there is to it. You don't need a number one wide receiver to win Super Bowls. That's what it comes down to. Any final thoughts before we wrap this thing up?
No, I just appreciate everybody there. I feel like it came quick. Like I'm hurting my heart because I love everybody and I miss everybody. But
well, hey, the season's coming. This is the final month without football.
But you got to talk about
preseason.
Okay, so what are you doing in August? We trying to get down.
Well,
there.
I'm going to be going over to San Diego, so I'll be a 2-hour ride from Oxnard in middle of August. So maybe I'll be able to sneak up there and get some exclusive footage or something like that. We'll see what happens.
I'm sneaking too. I just needed a date, so we sneaking too. So just so you know, we'll be sneaking.
The week of the 14th through the 21st.
Right, so we'll be sneaking too.
So hopefully we can get up to Oxnard and jump in some training camp action. So
yeah, so we definitely got to get some footage.
As soon as we end the show, stay tuned. We're going to replay the Taco Charlton Jourdan Lewis interview from the other day. Hope you guys enjoy that. And I don't have any final thoughts. I just hope everybody tunes in with us next Sunday and keeps rolling with us throughout the season.
I got a final thought.
You got something to say?
Yes, I do. Hey. I don't know if you're in this ain't even this Columbus, Ohio area because that's where we're at right now. A lot of people think we're in Dallas, but that's where we could be headed. But anyway, shout outs to my oldest son, Marcus. He went out there. His name is Kid Columbus. Okay?
Go look him up.
Please look him up. His name is Kid Columbus, Kidd Columbus, not spelled like anybody else because we don't follow nobody else. Okay? But my son, if you a friend of mine on Facebook, please go on my page and listen to my son perform. He's a monster, and I'm not even, you know me, G. If you ain't good, I ain't going to tell you good. Even my damn son. If you ain't good, I ain't going to say you good. But my son can flow, and he ain't about that hibbity-hobbing and boobity-boo and saying that dumb stuff that ain't nobody saying. My son is talking about political things. He's talking about real stuff that's going on. He's talking about life. He can spit, freestyle, everything, and I'm telling you, he's going to blow up. So make sure you check out my son, Kid Columbus, Kidd Columbus. He's a monster. If you're a friend of mine on Facebook, please go check out the video. He's an absolute dog for real, and he's going to be making a lot of waves. All he needs is that one little opportunity and shot like a lot of people do. But I'm telling you, when he gets out there, he's going to change the world. And I'm not just saying that. Wait till you hear what he got to say. You'll see. Shout out to my son.
All right, well, I guess that's the way the show's going to end then. So that's Big Game James.
And that's Producer G.
And we'll see you next week.
Peace. This is Big Game James, Producer G, Silver&Blue Nation, Cowboys Nation. I got Jourdan Lewis right here, Taco Charlton. I appreciate y'all jumping on here. I just want to ask y'all a few questions. Not going to get too deep. But first of all, I just want to ask y'all a question about, I'm going to jump on the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry. I'm going to jump on it real quick. Ohio State been beating y'all for a long time. I'm not a Ohio State fan. I'm Texas. Listen, hold up. I'm Texas fan, so I'm not going to sit there and dog y'all. What's going on over there, and when y'all going to get that victory? Jourdan Lewis first.
I'm trying to make it out of Columbus alive. So, that's number one. But honestly, I feel like we always had a solid defense, you know, and I think that, you know, the continuity on offense, you know, has to kind of pick up. It's where we can be a unit, and I feel like when they get that together, can't nobody stop us.
Okay. What about you, Taco?
First, I'm going to say we got cheated my last year.
Oh, yeah, JT was definitely short.
Hey, you was balling that last year.
JT was short.
JT was short, but going to the future, though, I'm excited about this year's team. They have a lot of talent. They were young last year, so after sitting behind us, the year before and then going through last year, I think they'll be ready this year to make a huge step, and hopefully this year is the year.
I like it. Now, let me ask you something. Do you think Harbaugh's the guy?
I mean, he always been the guy. Like, he needs a quarterback that can take that pressure of, you know, being taught and just go out there and flourish. I feel like once he gets that and once he gets that formula he actually wants on offense, it's going to be something, you know, something very special in our Army.
All right, I like that. Make sure you give me real answers. Don't give me just the studio stuff.
No, I promise.
Okay,
yeah,
okay. All right, now y'all down here, y'all did a camp, which was really, really, really nice. You had 250 kids.
Yeah.
For free. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it was a camp ran with me and Roger Lewis, who plays for the New York Giants. But we, of course, we're both from Columbus. Grew up, went to Pickerton Central High School. So we both basically came back home to run a camp for a lot of the kids around here, and had 250 kids sign up. And we had a lot of kids out there, you know, having fun. Had, you know, different friends and people we played with. Jourdan was in town, so he came out, and we had a good time with the kids. It was a fun event. And like I said, I'm looking forward to year 2 already.
All right. So is this going to be something that's going to be an annual event that you're going to do out here in Columbus?
Yeah, it's definitely something I want to do every year, and come back and inspire the kids and show the kids that, you know, their dream is possible. And like I said, it's always fun to you know, get there and inspire the kids.
Hey, I like that. And you had a camp yourself, Jourdan. You had a camp yourself. Tell me a little bit about your camp.
So I had like more so older guys. So I had middle schoolers and high schoolers, and I had about 220 kids, and it was a DB wide receiver invite only. So we had that to make it to where kids felt elite. You know, they felt like they wanted to go out there and compete, and it was a pretty good vibe, man. Like I said, I told Taco, man, it's a really good thing when, you know, athletes come back, especially where they come from, and just give back, especially at free camp, and, you know, come to the city and show guys that, you know, that people care. So
yeah, I think that's real big, because a lot of kids, when they see guys like you guys that have made it and they come back, and especially like a free camp and those type of things, I think it really just inspires kids. So I really appreciate you on that. Like I said, I'm gonna give you a couple more. Well, I'm gonna give you one more question. I ain't gonna hold you, but one. I'm going to just give a prediction, Taco. Year 2, how many sacks you think you're going to get this year? It's coming.
You know, everything, I don't never throw numbers out there, you know, really to the, you know, anywhere out in the media or whatever like that. I'll write down the numbers, and, you know, maybe with my pass rushing coach or whatever it may be, we sit down and we discuss a number that, you know, is the goal. But, you know, I never throw it out there, but I know in my head what I want to get and what I can get, and now it's just a matter of going out there and making it happen. Like I said, I feel good going into year 2, so it's a matter of, like I said, the season coming here. It's coming soon.
Hey, well, number one, hey, we appreciate you giving us this time. We definitely want you to succeed. We need y'all to succeed because we need a Super Bowl. We've been waiting a long time. I've been a Cowboys fan since '72. That's when I came out the womb. So we need a championship. I'm waiting on you guys to bring it. So we appreciate you coming down here in Ohio. We appreciate everything you've done. And do you give us a prediction? How do you feel about the team this year? I know you got Chris Richard. This is my last question to you. I know you got Chris Richard came in the fold. Has he really brought a little energy to you guys? What has he really brought to the fold that you really like about him?
I mean, he's definitely an energetic guy. He goes out there and he's running around with us. So that's definitely one. And I mean, he knows exactly what he's doing. I mean, he's a student of the game and he's a great teacher. So whenever you have that, you know, you're energetic, you're passionate, and you know your craft. I mean, the sky's the limit for the guys that you're coaching.
Hey, well, you know what? We're trying to get these, like I said, we're trying to be Super Bowl or bust. I know it's high expectations, but whenever you're playing the Dallas Cowboys, it's always going to be high expectations. So I just want to thank you on behalf of Silver&Blue Nation, everybody here. Thank you for coming on, jumping on the show with us right quick. Go back, do y'all thing, have a good time, and I will be getting I already got a Taco Charlton shirt.
I will be getting a Jourdan Lewis jersey. I'm not sweating you, but I'm just saying I like y'all. Y'all some good players, and let's get this championship, and we appreciate y'all coming.
Sir.
Thank you, sir. No problem. I appreciate you.
How about them Cowboys?